Most people assume that after 65, your energy naturally collapses. You slow down, take naps, cancel plans, and just accept that aging means fatigue. But what if I told you my energy actually got better after 65? And not because I joined a gym or bought a treadmill. Why do some seniors feel sharp and awake in the morning, while others feel drained even after a full night's sleep? Why are doctors now recommending movement over exercise for older adults? And why do tiny lifestyle habits outperform expensive supplements and machines? Those were the questions that pushed me to experiment. I'll be honest, my wake-up call wasn't dramatic. No big medical scare. It was a simple moment at the grocery store. I was reaching for a bag of oranges when a woman in her 70s practically zoomed past me with a cart full of produce. I remember thinking, how does she still have that kind of spark? Meanwhile, I felt like I was slowly powering down like an old smartphone, so I decided to track my energy for a week. I wrote down when I felt tired, alert, foggy, or restless. Turns out my biggest energy crash wasn't at night. It hit around 1 p.m. every day like clockwork. And mornings weren't much better. I woke up groggy instead of refreshed. The first thing I changed wasn't food or exercise, it was light. Most seniors don't realize our internal body clocks grow more sensitive as we age. When you're younger, you can get away with staying indoors. After 60, not so much. So I made a rule: sunlight within the first hour of waking. At first, I just sat by the window with tea. Then I started stepping outside for 5 to 10 minutes, even if it was cloudy. Within a week, my mornings felt less sticky. I didn't wake up like I had weights tied to my limbs. It wasn't dramatic, but it was noticeable. The next change was movement. But here's the twist. I didn't exercise. I moved more often, not more intensely. My doctor told me energy isn't built by intensity after 60. It's built by consistency and circulation. So I switched to what I call micro-movement breaks. Instead of a 30-minute workout, I did 3 to 5 minutes of motion several times a day, marching in place while the kettle boiled. Leg swings before bed. Shoulder rolls while watching TV, finding excuses to move instead of reasons to sit. It sounds silly until you realize circulation is what delivers energy to the brain. After a month, my midday crash shifted from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., which was a win. Then came the surprising part: hydration. I always assumed I drank enough water because I wasn't thirsty. But older adults lose their thirst signal, which means you can be mildly dehydrated without knowing it. I started keeping a glass of water on the counter as a visual cue. I added lemon for taste and absorption. I didn't become a water fanatic, just more consistent. My headaches became less frequent and my afternoon fog lifted. Food was another silent energy thief for me. Not because I ate junk, but because I skipped protein. Most seniors eat carbs in the morning: cereal, toast, fruit, when the brain actually needs protein to stabilize energy. So I swapped toast for Greek yogurt with nuts or scrambled eggs with spinach. When I did eat carbs, I added color: berries, oranges, leafy greens. Food became fuel instead of filler. There's a funny story with coffee too. I used to drink it first thing in the morning because that's what everyone does. Then I learned it blocks energy if you drink it before your natural cortisol wakes up. So I delayed my coffee by 60 to 90 minutes. I didn't lose coffee. I just let my body wake up first. The difference was wild. Coffee stopped feeling like defibrillation and started feeling like support. But my biggest energy upgrade didn't come from physical habits. It came from novelty. Seniors who stop learning stop creating energy. Our brains love newness because newness produces dopamine, and dopamine produces motivation. So every week I tried one new thing: a new recipe, a new walking route, a new fruit at the farmer's market. I even downloaded a piano app once. The point wasn't mastery, it was stimulation. Another factor I ignored for years was social energy. Seniors talk a lot about loneliness. But they don't mention that loneliness actually drains physical energy. Conversations literally make the brain fire. So I made an effort to reach out. I joined a small walking group. I texted my nieces more often. I invited neighbors over for board games. Socializing didn't tire me. It recharged me. Sleep was the final puzzle piece. Seniors don't just need more sleep. They need earlier sleep. Staying up past midnight made me feel like a zombie. So I moved my bedtime back by 45 minutes. I dimmed lights an hour before sleep and turned off bright screens. Over time, my sleep got deeper, and my mornings became clearer. After 6 months of these tiny changes, I didn't feel young. I felt capable, functional, engaged. My energy wasn't dramatic or manic, it was steady. I didn't need naps, I didn't cancel plans. I didn't dread mornings. If you're listening to this and thinking, well, that's nice, but I'm already too old, let me stop you right there. The woman who inspired me at the grocery store? She was 78. Energy doesn't belong to the young. It belongs to the engaged. If you want a place to start, don't overhaul everything. Pick one habit: sunlight in the morning, protein at breakfast, micro-movement breaks, social connection, novelty learning, earlier bedtime, steady hydration. Give it 2 weeks and watch for small wins. Aging isn't about maintaining youth, it's about maintaining participation. When you participate, you don't feel old, you feel alive. And in case nobody has told you this lately, your energy didn't disappear. It just needs better habits to return. The story isn't over just because you turned 65. Some of the most energized years of your life might still be ahead.